On Team 1 here, we got in the green, we got Gandalf Warrior as the Ottomans, and we've got in the teal, we've got Rode as the HRE. Going around on the
Up
other side of
north,
the map.
we've got purple here, Fury Road as HRE, and then a little bit to his southwest, we've got, I believe this is Rental Beast as Abbasid.
Yeah, so I've seen these guys play before in the low elo tournaments. Here, let me just minimize that. Interesting choice. I don't think I've seen Gandalf Warrior play Ottomans before, so I'm curious to see how he does there. You see him foregoing an early military school here, going straight for the food and gold for the first, for the age up here. Switching over.
I want to point out kind of the relic spawn real quick. With two HRE players, the relics are probably going to play a really big factor in this game. And looking at the relic spawn, kind of an interesting group. We've got three on the very left, southeast at bottom here, three kind of in a row. And we've got another three kind of bunched up in the middle between, I believe this is Fury Road and then Gandalf Warrior. And then there's one relic up behind Gandalf, so or Fury Road, I should say, up in the top. So he should have at least one he'll be able to get. But I think the contest between the other 6 relics is going to be one of the deciding factors of this game.
Yeah, there's just a line basically right down the middle of those. Yeah, interesting for the spawn setups here. You got Rade here, a little closer to all the relics on the west side of the map. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yeah, so what are you thinking so far, Soccerton? What are your
I'm curious to see how, I think we've got the two, obviously we've got the two HREs facing off kind of, but they're on opposite sides of each other. And I'm curious how much pressure Gandalf is going to press on Fury Road. I mean, I think another thing to consider too is that this is the map is a lot bigger in a 2v2 than a 1v1, so pressure is a little bit more difficult to get out fast. So I think in general, we're going to see booming civs being able to boom just a little bit easier with that added distance. So I don't know. I'm curious to see kind of what the Ottomans wants to do with this.
Yeah, and I mean, Ottomans want to go heavy feudal aggression here. They can really put the early pressure on the HRE. Definitely something you'd see in 1v1s, just trying to delay that age up to castle here. And we do have Gandalf going up with the twin minaret Madrase. No big surprises here.
Yeah.
Not doing the trade landmark, and he is putting it down right in that spot where he gets maximum defense on those berry spawns.
Mm-hmm.
They'll all
We've got the economic wing coming out for Rental Beast, and then of course our which implies kind of more of a boom, I think, as opposed to more of a military feudal aggression. And then of course we have the two Aachen chapels going up. I really like Rhodes Aachen chapel here on that gold on the wood line. I wonder if he'll catch the berries on that side. That might be just on the kind of edge there.
Oh, yeah, you might catch a.
Maybe I would have liked to seen that maybe just like a tile or two to the south, you know, to catch those berries a bit more, because you can still get that gold.
Yeah, and also, honestly, this deer patch isn't that far away. If you wanted to, you could start pushing some deer into the Aachen there.
Yeah.
All right, so Gandalf is the first one to hit feudal here, and he's going immediately into an archery range. So, no surprises. Ottomans love their archers. And let's see, Rental Beast.
I'm watching Fertile Crescent to see if that gets researched here by...
yeah, fresh food stuff.
And it does,
Yeah.
Fertile Crescent immediately getting toggled on after aging up. So,
yeah,
definitely looking to be booming on this side.
Rentals brought over the villagers to stone. We're going to see multiple TCs out of the Abbasid here. So that means, big question, what Fury Road is planning on doing in his feudal? Is he also going to try to play a little more defensively and boom up himself?
He's got a tower going up on his gold right off the bat. He's already anticipating pressure coming in from Gandalf. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about the tower. I think that definitely implies he knows the pressure's coming. And where's his back? I don't think he has any other gold options. So I guess he knows he has to be on that gold.
Yeah.
Whereas I think looking at Fury, he's got that gold a little closer to his TC, and right next to his friend with Gandalf. So yeah, that gold is very precarious, I think, for Road. So maybe this tower. I don't like investing the wood to a tower so quick. I feel like it just feels bad to me. But when that's your only gold, I can understand the thought behind it.
Yeah, and I mean, Fury knows he's got an Ottoman player directly on the other side of the map as him. So likely guessing some sort of early pressure here. And if we go back down to Gandalf's base, we do see the archers starting to come out of the archery range here. No military
Second
school
TC being
yet.
dropped by Rental Beast. I actually like the spot of that. Pretty close to home, right on the wood, securing that deer patch right there as well.
Yeah, able to defend the gold, get the deer, get
Do
the
you
wood patch.
Do you think he's going to go for a third TC?
Potentially. He's taking his
When would
builds
you
off
when would you
stone for
expect to see that, do you think? Do you think he'd do that maybe in a couple minutes when he's holding off? Looks like he's going for some production buildings now with an archery range and barracks. So maybe he's looking for some feudal aggression as well. Maybe he'll just sit with 2 TCs for the time being.
Yeah, I think he's just getting the scouting information, seeing how Road is handling his feudal, and Road just looks like his plan is to just go up to castle. I don't see any production buildings yet. He's getting a market.
Gandalf or Rhodes Aachen is just not quite on those berries. I would have loved to have seen that maybe because look at those houses and he's putting that market in its range as well. I think that Aachen really should have been a tile to the southwest.
Yeah.
I mean, that he could have had the berries or at least half the berries and still had the gold. I don't love the Aachen play. That feels kind of bad.
I hear you. Got some initial just scout nonsense near Gandalf's base, but we did see a Burgrave start for Fury, and he switches
Fury
over
fast
to the
castling into the Regnants. I like the call to go Regnants. There's no reason to go Burgrave. You are way ahead of the game. 717 dropping that down. That is lightning fast. That is exactly what he wanted to do. Yeah. And we see he's going for stables behind it.
Beating out Rade on the other team. Who also
is it Rade or is it Road?
It's actually Rade. I've talked.
Is that Rade? Okay, I'm gonna try and get better at that.
To say it Road every single time. But yeah,
I'm gonna start saying Rade.
Initially started with a Burgrave, switched over to Regnants. So it looks like our HRE players both after the same strategy here. Let's drop the stable. Both players dropping stables. Very, very similar HRE game plan here, and that's why
the pressure
Fury
coming.
Road built the tower. Early Ottoman pressure. Gandalf's gonna.
He's gonna lose 2 vills, I think. But you know what? He got the Regnants up, and those archers are gonna have to be pushed back. And I think he lost an archer on that as well.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Now, where are his monks not already after the relics? I feel like at this point, his prelate in the Aachen chapel needs to get out and grab the relics. I mean, it's just a race to the relics, and the relics are not in a favorable spawn for Fury. Rade has got a way better, I think, grasp on him for the most, maybe for the most part. It's the ones on the left of him are a lot easier to get, so long as Rental Beast doesn't really defend him too much.
Yeah, you do see the initial prelates from Rade going out, trying to secure this relic. I don't see any prelates out on the map quite yet. Oh, no, there's the first one from Fury Road.
That feels a little slow. And he's going for the one that's closest to him. I think you send that first one out to the one that's a bit further away, knowing that it's going to be contested. Like that relic he's going for right now on the top right, he can get that anytime. Yeah, he's not worried about that one, I don't think, right off the bat. Does send some horsemen out. We look at Gandalf is sitting on the relic in the middle right here. The horseman from Fury coming in to try and clean that up. There's a spear in the mix. I think that's too much for him to handle. Yeah, and he's going to pull away.
He's reinforcing with a couple
First
more
relic
spears.
picked up.
Yeah, that relic is going to be denied for the time being until Fury can get a few more horsemen, knights.
Rade's taking the middle relics, actually. He's going for that further one up there. See, Rade's doing exactly what I was saying. Go for the ones that are further out first and secure the ones that you know are yours later.
Yeah,
I think he's going to end up with most of these because the first one's already going back into his Regnants. Meanwhile, looks like Fury's only going to get that one that's closest to him. He might not get any others except for that one that was behind his base. And if that's the case, this game's going to easily favor Rade and Gandalf.
For sure. But we got Rental Beast here providing some defense on those relics. He's got some spears, some archers, trying to just secure this relic in the north.
Losing that knight can't feel good. And the knight, no!
Fury loses a knight to a Woolala.
Oh, That feels bad.
Roddy's gonna scoop that one up. Very nice. So Gandalf providing the protection for this relic. Gonna steal that easier relic from Fury Road, bring that back, and we've got Rental now going up to Castle with a military wing, and with the changes, he's also gonna receive a couple Camel Riders as soon as he hits Castle.
He's gonna need them too. Looks like both HRE players have been getting ready to go Knights. No men-at-arms from HRE. That's you don't see that every day. I think with the bigger map though, the Knights are the better call because you need that mobility.
Yeah, mobility's huge, especially right now in the stage of the game where it's all about securing those relics.
Man, that Benedict Arnold right there, just helping out Rade and helping out his friend Gandalf now, turning against his brothers in arms. You hate to love to see it, you know?
And now we do see some initial rams coming out from Gandalf right outside of Fury Road's base here.
Oh no! Look at the relic. There's a relic right outside of Fury's Regnitz. It's just sitting there. Didn't actually get put in.
Yeah, there's a prelate just.
The prelate just standing there.
Quite right-click the Regnitz. Okay, and now he's figured it out.
How long was he standing? He must have been standing there for almost a minute. And that's 80 gold you just lost just for misclicking.
Yeah. Gold you didn't have to waste. Yeah, so like we're saying, this tournament is both high elo and low elo. We're definitely on the lower elo right now.
I think that Rade and Gandalf are hitting a really good window right now because if you look at the numbers of military and villagers, it is in favor of Rental Beast and Fury, but this timing window of the pressure from Gandalf is just perfect.
Yeah, Gandalf's doing a great job here to keep that pressure on Fury, deny as many relics as possible, and now he's got a ram. He's ramming down one of the barracks.
Emergency repairs, emergency repairs. Emergency repairs.
Not gonna happen.
No, it was so easy. Oh,
but
rookie mistake sometimes.
Right now we got 2 relics for Fury. Let's check down here with Rade. Has got 3 of his own, 4 of his own.
4. He's got one next to the tower.
He's also got a prelate, just holding a relic. Hasn't deposited it into the tower yet.
Well, and Abbasid has 2 TCs, but so does Gandalf over here as the Ottomans.
Yeah.
Plus the free production from military. So I know the numbers right now look in favor of Fury and Rental Beast on paper as far as unit count and military numbers, but I really do feel like the economic advantages aren't that great for them, and I do feel like the military pressure has definitely swung this game in favor, at least evened it out for Gandalf and Rade. They are in a decent spot, especially getting those relics.
Yeah, getting the relics was huge, but now Rade's taking a really bad fight with a few knights.
Yeah.
And Fury
needs
Road
to get those guys out of there.
Switching over to men-at-arms, facing the feudal army of the Ottomans. The feudal age army from the Ottomans can't do anything against HRE Castle Age men-at-arms.
No, he needs to get aged up immediately.
Can't. He is building the Imperial Armory, about to finish right now, so he will get up to Castle. Let's see, probably start switching over to crossbow productions out of those archery ranges. Yep. He's got 3 queued up there. He's got his initial mangonel from the Imperial Armory about to come out, dropping a blacksmith to increase production speed on the Imperial Armory here. And
Raid coming in from Rental Beast.
Yeah.
This is good timing for this. See, now this is where, like, yes, the battle for the relics was lost by them, but at this point, now the window shifts because Gandalf had to invest a lot to get up to Castle Age as well, and he's also went for that 2TC. His military production is kind of passive, but it's not, like you said, it's not a castle military quite yet, and both Fury and Rental Beast have been castle for some time now.
Yeah, you can definitely see the just the tech upgrades, tech differences. We still have Feudal Age Sipahi, Feudal Age Archers engaging into Castle Age units here.
This is a good fight for Fury and Rental Beast. They've really, I mean, losing those relics felt bad, I'm sure, but in the end of the day, he's still got 2 in his Regnitz. So Fury's got 2 still. That's some. His gold is kind of precarious, but as long as he can maintain his gold supply, he's going to be fine. And they're massing up way faster, which is really the key to this game right now.
Yeah.
Because you look at it, actually, Rade went for a full farm transition. I'm not sure that was a good call. personally, he's got so many other food sources around him that he could have secured. I think that a lot of his production there just went wasted into the farms.
Yeah, quite possibly. And you take a look now at the unit counts. It's 54 military to 5.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to come back from.
Absolutely, and you've got both players under attack. You've got Fury Road in Gandalf space. You got Rental Beast attacking Rade.
I'm thinking that it looks. I guess to me, I think Rade and Gandalf just overextended. I think overextended a little early, and then made maybe some bad macro choices behind this.
Yeah,
and now are suffering the consequences.
As soon as Fury was able to field Castle Age military, Gandalf could no longer fight him.
And that was huge.
It's basically useless at that point.
This is one of those things where like good micro versus good macro, who wins? Usually the good macro. Even if you lost the relics, everything else they did was perfect. And even though they lost like that knight to the Wololo, at the end, one knight doesn't tip the scales.
Does not matter that much. And now you take a look at the Vil counts at the top. It's 132 to 59. And with all the military in the base, I gotta imagine a majority of those villagers are idle.
Well, and they've got the same number of TCs across the board, so that means that it's been raiding and it's been idle TC time.
Yep.
Because there's the same number of TCs. Yeah, having one +1 relic or +2 relics, plus he's got 5 relics. That doesn't make enough difference to make up, over 60 villagers.
Absolutely not. Yeah, and we
got
a defensive, desperate defensive keep. Not gonna go up, and Gandalf and Rade are just under the pressure. I think we're likely gonna see a GG sometime soon here. I really don't see a way back from this. Although
I really like Fury's comp here at the Men-at-Arms and sprinkling in just a couple of the Lance Necks in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I mean, there's just the composition and that amount of mass. It's just not.
Yeah, and Rade's gonna try to come in to defend, but he's not aware that Rental's massing it right outside his base. He's gonna be there any moment here to disrupt that farm eco.
Man, the amount of eco damage that they have sustained is just incredible. And they're sending army after army. I like what Rental Beast did. He massed up an army and then sent it. He's not even just trickling it. He's massing up and then sending another wave before they can even think about massing up.
Yeah, at this point,
another keep doesn't get up. He's trying so hard. Gandalf really wants a keep, and I don't think even getting it up would help him at this point.
Yeah, and in that location, sure, you can actually have the villagers pretty well defended to get that up, but that's not going to protect anything. The military is already in your base, just all throughout the base. And that keep gets canceled again. You see 3 canceled keeps on the ground.
Yeah, this game swung so dramatically, didn't it? Because at one point, Gandalf had a ram in Fury's base and was pushing in. But I think you're right. I think it was just a really good macro, really good. Even though they lost the relics, they had the map control, but they didn't have any way to secure it once their opponents went Castle Age. I think that really is kind of the key to it. Because I guess Gandalf went for the 2TC build, wanting to keep things in feudal, but that probably shouldn't have been the play given the fact that HRE does not want to stay in feudal.
From my experience playing against Ottomans, you play against HRE, you either need to shut them down immediately so that they can't really field a Castle Age military, or you need to try to go fast castle up with them. Because there's really nothing the Ottomans can do against a Castle Age.
Yeah, well, and we were looking at the gold too. The gold for Fury was very forward, so there was a chance if he could have gotten there fast enough. But again, they worried a lot more about getting the relics. But then they didn't. They played it both the short game and the long game. They wanted the relics for the long game, but they didn't play it. They wanted to stay in feudal too at the same time. Like, you can't do both.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Gandalf,
here's that. Oh, 10-14 would be very proud. Look at this aggressive keep being dropped by Rental Beast.
Rental is just trying to end this game and just sacrificing some villagers to get that keep up. But yeah, here's the GG from Rade, and I gotta imagine Gandalf be not long after.
I mean, I think he's just got his 2 landmarks left, and that's it. I mean, look at the numbers. That's 153 to 17, 80, 93 to 2. This game's over.
This game is done, and you see another blueprint for a keep from Rental Beast right in
Man,
Gandelf's space.
the power play, the flex of flex, saying, "Hey, this game, that TC you had right there is now my keep. All your base are belong to us."
Absolutely, and there's the GG. Congratulations to Fury Road and Rental Beast.